Welcome back to Recap Central. Today I'm going to explain a horror movie called Spontaneous. Spoilers ahead. Subscribe for more videos like this. Mara is bored out of her mind in class. She drops a pen and when she goes to grab it, the girl in front of her explodes. The students run out of the building. Tess finds Mara. She can't believe what Mara tells her, but then she sees her shoes. Forensics gather evidence in the classroom. The only thing damaged in the explosion was the girl, the rest is untouched. The class is taken to the police station and interrogated. Mara is sarcastic, but the officers sees through her. After the questions, they are allowed to shower. Mara asks if she can keep her shoes. The students are given new clothes and they wait in the station. Dylan says it looked like a Cronenberg movie, but only Mara laughs. They talk about why it happened. Mara's parents pick her up and they go home. Mara smokes weed and gets a message. Someone has a crush on her. They text and she smiles. The next day they bury the girl. Mara watches as her dad takes a sticker off his car. Mara buys some shrooms from the Dalton twins. Later Mara eats the mushrooms with her coffee. Mara and Tess plan on remaining friends until old and living in a beach house. Dylan approaches and sits with them. Mara realizes he is the boy that texted her. After what happened, Dylan wants to live life to the fullest. The shrooms make Mara sick and she throws up while Dylan holds her hair. She tells Dylan she is hallucinating and he thinks it's awesome. Dylan stays with her. He takes her home and asks her on a date. Later Tess and Mara are talking. Mara says she won't take more mushrooms. Tess asks her if she cried and says she cries all the time. It's homecoming day and everybody is wearing costumes. Dylan sees Mara and recognizes her Carrie costume. They talk and Mara asks how did he get a crush on her. He knew when he saw her the first time. Later at the game, Mara tells him when she realized she likes him. Something happens and everyone runs. A player just exploded. Dylan grabs Mara's hand and they leave. They hug behind the arena. Tess and Mara go to the boys' memorial. The next day her parents tell her school has been closed. She jokes they can't tell her it was worse on their days. That night Dylan picks her up in an ice cream truck he bought to make people laugh. They go to a party in memory of the kid that died. They don't stay long and go on a walk. They talk about what might be causing the explosions. After a while they stop and kiss. Suddenly screams are heard and people are running. They go and see someone exploded. Mara and Tess speak with Agent Rossetti. She doesn't know what is happening and asks them to bring her something. Mara goes to the Dalton brothers and buys all the drugs they have. Since the police think the drugs might be the reason. Mara goes with the brothers to where they hide the drugs. When suddenly the brother explodes. The sister tries to drive the car but she blows up too. Dylan finds the wrecked car but Mara isn't there. He follows a blood trail. And finds her washing in the river. They hug. He tells her he thought she died. Suddenly he sees a man in a hazmat suit watching them. Soon more come and grab them. Mara is at the hospital. A doctor tells her they are there to help. They make an ET joke, confusing the doctors. At night Dylan tells her the whole class is there too. They push their beds closer. He calls her his girlfriend and she likes it. The government has officially quarantined the whole class. The head doctor asks about the kids that died. She asks about their emotions and dreams. Mara tells her she only wants to stay alive. Tess and Mara speak that night. Tess says if Mara explodes she will go as well. The next day the class is allowed into a recreational chamber. Mara wants to break out. No one else wants to, so they talk about the explosions. Dylan and Mara make out in the shower. A government official speaks to them. Mara asks what are they actually doing to help them. He gives a standard reply and they laugh at him. Suddenly one of them explodes. And one more that night. They keep exploding and all the drugs they give them keep failing. They try to live a normal life but one after the other they keep exploding. Even the doctors are stressed. The blue pill they give them seems to be working. Everyone is happy about it. After that they release the kids to their parents. While they drive home Mara sees there are no Christmas decorations. Her dad says no one felt festive. But at home they surprise her with a Christmas tree. Later her father tells her she is horrible at hiding things and gives Mara her vaping pen. They all vape together. Before bed Mara drinks a blue pill. The next day Dylan comes to her house and they sleep together. The class goes back to school. A teacher tells them how he saw someone explode in the army. He says it will help them graduate. Mara talks with Rossetti. She doesn't think it's over. On Valentine's Day Mara decorates Dylan's barn. He tells her he loves her. And she calls him an F-word. They laugh about it. Dylan asks her to spend the summer with him if they survive. The next day the doctor explains the blue pill. She asks for a volunteer to prove her point. But as soon as the kid follows her instructions he explodes. All of a sudden another one explodes followed by a third. All of them run while kids keep blowing up. They keep running as people explode. Mara gets left behind. A schoolmate helps her but he explodes too. She runs out and hugs Dylan. Suddenly Dylan explodes right before her. Mara walks home covered in blood. Rossetti finds her and takes her to the hospital. That night Mara sleeps between her parents. She becomes really depressed and stops taking the pills and talking. Dylan's funeral comes and goes. Tess tries to get her out of her room but she just sits there and watches videos of Dylan. Mara makes a cocktail for her dad. She calls it All My Friends and Boyfriends Are Dead. She drinks it and her dad tells her he isn't equipped to deal with this. She leaves the house drunk that night and the next day she shows up at Tess' house. Still drunk they argue about going to school. Tess can't help Mara because she lost all hope so she leaves her and goes to school. The next day Mara storms a protest on the curse. She steals alcohol from a store. Agent Rossetti is waiting outside. Mara throws a bottle at her and she breaks her window. Later she argues with her parents about being drunk continuously. They want to help her. But she doesn't care as she might die soon. Mara visits the school. The night of the prom Mara sits on the swings. Tess talks with her. She is leaving the town soon. Before leaving she tells her she will always be her best friend. Mara goes to prom drunk. The atmosphere inside is horrible. She spikes the punch. The teacher don't do anything. Mara goes on stage and apologizes for starting the curse and takes her diploma. The next girl says the same. Other girls say it too. Mara lies on Dylan's grave. Dylan's mom lies with her. Mara tells her she is scared all the time. Dylan's mom comforts her. The next day Mara apologizes to her parents. Mara leaves for college. She decides to focus on the future and on positive things.